Hi and welcome to this Blueberry Markets video update with me, John Kibler, Head Currency Analyst. In this video, we're going to take a look at the Forex market outlook, and I'm going to start here with the currency strength meter. And just a couple of things to note, and the dollar continued to fall last week. It is now at a -7, which is the lowest it can go. So it means basically that it's the weakest against the majority of or all of the other top currencies out there, all the other major currencies out there. Now, usually when we get into this -7 area where you can see it has been in the past recently, we do see a reversal to that market. So we're either going to get a bit of a continuation maybe next week or, for a couple of weeks. And then if we see a little bit of a pop higher, we could be anticipating that sort of reversal for the US dollar. Very much to see like what the yen's done here, where we've been at that -5 and now we're pulling up slightly. So it's going to be an interesting one because on the opposite side of things, we have pound and the Swiss franc, and pound in particular is up at the sort of +6 area, which has been a little bit of an area where it has reversed from in the past as well. So could we be seeing a little bit of an opportunity there? We could have, what this is kind of telling me is that pound US dollar in particular is in a strong uptrend, but could be up for a reversal. So to me, I would be looking more towards this sort of side of things because we're at the top and the peak at the bottom through there. If the dollar had been like at the -5s, I would have still looked for maybe some further long opportunities. But seeing this, and I've already had a little look at the chart, the pound dollar chart is interesting. So let's jump on that one first. If we actually go on to pound dollar here, we can see that we have a sort of strong bearish weekly close, and that close has come at around about 1.42, which is a really strong level on pound. It's rejected this for the past few weeks. Is the market going to hold at this area on a weekly? If it is, then we should see some further downside to this market. And if anything, we do have a couple of different things it could go into. So first of all, we have this kind of trend line support running through here where the market has found support recently, which is also sort of a level at 1.41, because pound really does like to bounce between these slots, whole numbers and psychological levels, and we can see 1.41 here. So we may see a little bit of a move down for the pound into that area. If I go into, sorry, this is the daily. If I go into the 4-hour time frame, we can see that price is already kind of change in cycle, and we have kind of like a bit of a sort of demand zone down here. So what we could see is almost like a move back up and then a continuation down into this area 1.41. So that's what I'm kind of looking for here on pound. If I just get rid of this and then we mark that up again slightly so that we can see it in a little bit more detail, it looks a little bit more like this. So again, just looking for the potential for this market to find resistance and move back down into 1.41. So that's if the dollar is going to find a little bit of strength. If we look at the dollar index on the weekly time frame, we could be in for this, and the reason being is because of the way the candlesticks are sort of forming down at this level here. So the market has been to these areas before. The last time it was in these areas, we saw some strong buying activity from there and there. And what's interesting about this, as prices approaching the demand zone, we're starting to see some lower ranging candlesticks. They're starting to get a little bit smaller in size. Usually if price does this, then we could see a move to the upside, and especially if it breaks through that weekly high, I would be expecting some further longs if we were to kind of get that break through there. Moving on to euro US dollar, just the inverse of the dollar index, and if we look at the euro versus the US dollar, we can see here that there is a little bit of a support around about 121.60, and if that strength is going to come in, we should expect a breakout of this sort of channel and a move down towards 1.2. If it doesn't, then we could obviously see that continuation there. Like I said in the forex market wrap, there is a zone at 1.23 where price may want to retest, but this combined with that sort of dollar index and looking at the weekly here, the slowdown in the candlesticks is something that interests me. Usually when you do see a slowdown you do see that reversal. So I'm thinking that we could get that pretty soon. Moving on to sort of dollar CAD lastly, then again we featured this in the forex market wrap. The only reason I'm looking at this one is, again, look at the sort of length of the weekly candlesticks here, getting very shallow in those areas and very small. So I'm expecting a bit of a move back up, and if we're going to see the move back up, we could see it pop all the way back up into this previous structure area here at 124.68. So anywhere in there could be a possible area for the market to move back into. So that's going to be the forex market outlook this week. Keep an eye on the US dollar. It could be about to make a turn, and I'll speak to you soon.